point of this episode is not to put all the women in a bad light, as obviously there are women with who you can cooperate very well and who are loyal to the man next to her. This episode is designed to open your eyes, to make you to see from a different angle the other majority of women who don't play fair. To understand the nature of women, you have to see beyond the fact that they look good. You have to see beyond the makeup, and most importantly, you have to know how to read patterns. The big mistake you make is that you flatten yourself and instinctive let her read you. And when a woman has read you, it's easy for her to manipulate you. Most of times this happens because you relax, because you're already in a relationship or marriage, or out of nothing a woman approaches you, as you will see during the video. She knows exactly where things are going. Just don't be surprised when she tells you things aren't working out between you. A manipulative woman will use her Jezebel spirit to turn you upside down without you even realize that. Today I'm going to talk about 5 profiles of women you might meet and how to know you're with the wrong woman. Let's dive in. There are women who, once they've read you, know how to put you back under the sleeper. They know how important sex is to a man and will be a dominatrix in bed, making 50 Shades of Grey to look like just a simple cartoon. They know how to calm you down, control you through sex, because she's an expert. But here is the catch. The reason she's so good in bed is because she's had a lot of men she slept with in the past. And how many men see better than they think, they prefer to get carried away. They prefer to be fooled, just because they have a born diva in bed. In that case, you see a lot of women ripping up their man's card at the mall, because this kind of woman only sells herself to you to satisfy material desires when shopping. Where I come from, there is a good phrase for this, and sounds like this: what one woman can do with her ass, 10 men can make it with their brains. You don't want to be that kind of man. Don't get carried away. See, you need a woman next to you to be the same when you're together as well as when she's at a distance. But when she's super flattering, when she's with you, she tells you how wonderful and great of a man you are. Again, she uses her Jezebel spirit. She's very clingy. Oh my man, oh you're so and so. But when she's long distance, she doesn't look you up. She doesn't text. She doesn't call to check on her man. This is a huge red flag. Usually this kind of woman crochets something in the background when she's not around. Suddenly she disappears from the scene, doesn't text you, doesn't call you. That's because you're not the only man around. She tells daddy to other men with the same sincerity with which she deceives you. And she comes back to you like nothing happened. In this position, often you can see men raising another man's child. You don't want that. This kind of woman, she belongs to the street. I've talked in a few episodes about how important the biological father is in the life of a little girl, and after then when she becomes a teenager. A woman who grew up with a model father by her side, when she chooses a man, she'll know how to respect him and let him guide her, because her father gave her emotional stability over the years. The woman with behavioral problems has daddy issues. She was usually raised by her lone mother. She rarely or never speaks on good terms about her biological father. Remember, a woman who has daddy issues could love you to the death, but It's just a matter of time when she will never talk to you ever again. Understand that? All because deep down she's broken, cannot see and function normally as another woman who grew up with both parents in a normal family. And there is another aspect to consider when it comes to a woman of this genre. When they reach adulthood, mother-daughter conflicts will appear and become more sporadic. I've met dozens of cases where women told me how much they hated their mother because for X reasons they couldn't live their adolescence. Remember, you're not broken and don't try to fix her, because in most cases you cannot change her. You fight the windmills, just move on. The fourth one, but not the last one. Just like the fish with the same name, these kind of women stick to you and then devour you when you're super relaxed. They usually hunt single men traveling on vacations, or single men looking for fun are perfect targets for this kind of women. When you're a teenager or coming out of a divorce, you tend to live life to the fullest. But what you don't see is that you have a target set on you when you go on vacations. That's why never trust a hot woman, a 9 or a 10 one who comes and offers herself to you for free. She could be a gold digger or an escort, one of two. Understand, a gorgeous looking woman doesn't come to you unless you're a celebrity with George Clooney's charisma, Brad Pitt's face, and the body of a man who works out all day, like Vin Diesel on his prime days. Look in the opposite corner of the room when it comes to a woman like that, and move on. You might get in troubles. Nowadays, you see more and more women who empathize so well with animals. Some of them have pets that take care of them and spend hundreds, even thousands of dollars, euros or yuans for their pets, but who score close to zero when it comes to empathizing with a human being, in this case a child. You see women spending tons of money on their hobbies, makeup, clothes or perfumes. Some give anything to have the fanciest motorbike or car. But when it comes to a child, like I said, you have no one to talk to. This kind of woman, from her ego and her blackness soul, refuses to understand why Mother Nature made her woman on this earth. I've personally came across this kind of women. Are they good? They'll be good too, but maybe for the same kind of man as they are. My opinion is that this kind of woman should be avoided.